right, I am going to get us called to order here and get us moving. Really quickly moving things along then. Kathy, Janie, could one of you take minutes?
I can do it.
Thank you.
First item of business to get out of the way is the Building and Grounds Committee minutes for March 7th. Any questions, comments? Otherwise, I would look for a motion to approve.
They're good to me, so I would move to approve.
All right, Janie, that means you get to second.
Oh, okay, I'll second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes are approved, and that takes us over to Jason for our single item of business, which is getting some approvals for the for these materials. We do have a kind of a narrow window this morning. I've got other meetings that start here at 10 o'clock, and I know Kathy's only available for about an hour, so we need to keep things clipping along here so that we can wrap up before 10, if at all possible. So I will turn things over to you to take us through the bids that we have received and the recommendations from SMC.
All right. So the recommendations, the recommendation award has the stuff that was actually bid out, which includes the millwork, so the cabinetry portion. We did receive 3 bids on that. And the lowest qualified bidder was just over $9,000. The drywall finishing and painting work, we also received 3 bids for. We ended up recommending DES Painting, who we did some work at Morton Grove Library, as the lowest qualified bidder. The tile and flooring work, so just the face of the actual fireplace, we did receive as well 3 bids. There's also a little bit of vinyl base that needs to be put on the existing wall and the other 2 walls that we are covering the exposed masonry. So had some pretty tight numbers with that too as well. I think the low number was, this $3,775. We had another number in the like $3,800, and then one was over closer to 4,000. So signage work includes the vinyl letters on the sliding door, as well as the letters that will go in the actual main lobby right by the stair. So we had the same contractor update his pricing, or just confirm his pricing that we originally received was good, and then give us additional pricing for the vinyl lettering. HVAC work is all the gas line. We have to move an electric heater. We have to redo enlarge a vent and put a new vent in above where the sliding door is going to go. Putting in a new fireplace, coring all the holes, so on and so forth. Again, did receive 3 bids. Had one that was over $20,000, like almost 23, and then 2 that were, within the $17,000 range. So electrical did get 3 bids. So that's taking all the existing wire mold, putting that in conduit. It does include a little bit of data work, reworking the fire alarm, the existing fire alarm, I should say, to accommodate the walls, putting a new home run, so a new feed directly from the electrical panel into the fireplace for an independent feed with a key switch that'll be mounted in the casework, or kind of buried in the case. Yes, sir.
We have to approve these one by one. So maybe we could go through them and, look at each bid that we're going to vote to approve.
Okay.
Since I usually try to avoid giving anybody any opportunity to suggest that we're not following the bid rules, which, a single vote can sometimes suggest that it's just one massive project and you're skirting. So can we start at the start with our first bid that we received and that we're going to vote to approve?
Sure. Sorry, I kind of got off at a tangent there. So
No, that's okay. That's good.
yeah, so
We like people to be excited about their work.
Yeah. So, sometimes I just get on a roll.
That's fine.
Yeah, so Millwork's the first one. Got 3 bids. That includes supply and install.
Okay, and who's our low bidder?
It is Contempt Cabinets. We've done work with them in Downers Grove, Joliet. Where else? What else did I have them on? I had them on one other job. It just kind of not coming to mind. So
Okay, so content
Concept.
cabinets.
oh, it's Contempt.
Oh,
So,
content.
Contempt.
Yeah, just like it is. I didn't misspell it. So,
I'm not seeing in the list that you sent me here. Do you have a list of the bidders that you're recommending?
yeah, it's on the actual RTA letter.
Oh, the RTA letter. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, there it is.
I think it is also on.
Okay,
It
here,
is,
I'm going to
it
share it
is
to
on the
them.
budget as well.
Yep. Not reading well enough. Okay, so here we go. The recommendation to award bids. Okay, so first one we have up is Contempt Cabinets with a recommendation for $9,216. SMC's worked with them before. They are the low bidder. Do we have a motion to accept the bid from Contempt Cabinets for $9,216?
I so move.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, it is accepted. Take us to the drywall, Jason.
Drywall finishing and painting. So I had the painting contractors provide a price for the taping. So it's kind of a fluid process. Once we get the drywall hung, they can come in and tape and be done with it. We did receive 3 bids. One was roughly 6,000-7,000 was the highest one. We had another one come in around 5 or 6, if my memory serves me correctly. And then we recommend DES Painting. We did some work with them in Morton Grove, Barrington Library, a few other spots. So good contractor.
Okay. So our recommendation then and our low bidder is DES Painting. Do I have a motion to accept the bid from DES Painting for $4,500?
I so move.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, any opposed? Bid is approved. Tile flooring work.
So tile flooring is the fireplace surround, all the Schluter edges around the firebox or the fireplace face, I should say, and then a little bit of vinyl base work. Did receive 3 bids. He beat out the second low guy probably by within a couple $100, and then I had another one that was closer to 4. So Douglas Flooring is one of our contractors we do a lot of work with. So very comfortable with them. I actually have them under contract on a job at Charles B. Phillips Library, and they've done, work in Mount Prospect, other places. So very good contractor as well. Lucky to have them.
All right. Recommendation and low bid from Douglas Flooring. So do I have a motion to accept the bid from Douglas Flooring for $3,375?
I so move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, bid is approved. All right, Signage Work.
Signage Work. So Corpro Signs had given us a price last year for the sign above the stair in the library going out off to the loft area. And then we asked them to also give us a price to do the vinyl lettering, which was right around between $300 and $400. So in addition to the pricing they already gave us. So another contractor we've dealt with in the past gives us good service and does a nice job. So this is supplied and installed as well.
Nice.
Why was there only one bid on that?
One, it's kind of a select thing. We don't have a lot of bidders that we can go to for signage. It's pretty limited. I'd be lucky to get 2.
Okay.
It's just, and even if we did it, I don't know that it would have been more competitive than the number we got.
Okay.
Okay. So recommendation is for Core Pro Signs. Do I have a motion to accept the bid from Core Pro Signs for $3,206?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any oppose? Hearing none, bid is accepted. And that takes us to the HVAC work.
So HVAC work, we got 3 prices, I believe. I know this one pretty illicitly. The low bid is 17,100. The highest bid was the highest bid was north of 23,000, and we received another bid at $17,900. Hvac is another contractor that we do a lot of work with. Very pleased to have them as well. I mean, all the contractors we invited were good contractors, but they've done this type of work and the scale, they're very familiar with our processes and our expectations, which are high. So.
Okay. And the HVAC work is really focused on a lot of rebalancing and for an enclosed space.
Well, the HVAC work, primarily the meat and potatoes of this is the fireplace, running the gas.
Oh, right.
line. And then there's a little bit of auxiliary work with moving the heater over and enlarging that diffuser. We did track the testing and balancing as kind of a outside line item because I didn't want to. The problem is if I put it in as bid, I never get the full amount back. So I'd rather have an allowance, and then if we need it, we'll spend money out of the allowance.
Okay. Yeah. For some reason, I wasn't connecting up to the fireplace there, but
no worries.
that's a big one, obviously.
The biggest ticket
Okay.
item.
Yep. So, okay. The HVAC work, the recommendation and the low bid is Hvac Mechanical. And do I have a motion then to accept the bid for $17,100 from Hvac Mechanical?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion is approved. Okay, electrical work. So we have 3 bids from that. Jason?
Yes, and Factor Electric received 3 bids. The low bid is like $17,990. We did receive another bid that was closer to 8,000, and then another one that was north of 13,000. So did sit down with Brian from Factor. We actually have him doing some other projects for us. Some medical healthcare facility projects, and so good contractor, very responsive and very, very capable.
Excellent.
I assume this does not include running wiring for a TV. Is that correct?
So it's currently it does include it. I'm waiting to get a amendment to the drawing, so I can just confirm pricing and pull it out. So what'll happen is I would, once I get that drawing to find out what exactly we're deleting, I have an idea. I will get pricing for it. It'll be a deduct, and then we'll change order, whatever that is, so say it's, let's just say round numbers, say it's $500, that'll come off of that and then go back into contingency.
Okay. Don't forget.
I won't.
Okay. So we'll be accepting this with the understanding that there's a change order that's going to be happening.
Yes.
Okay. So recommendation is for Factor Electric. Do I have a motion to accept the bid from Factor Electric for electrical work with a bid of $7,490 on the understanding we've got the change order going through to remove the wiring and connections for the TV?
I so move.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, it is approved. Now, Jason, I noticed in here that it looks like some of the materials, of course, are not included, like the physical purchase of the fireplace. I don't think is included in here.
Yeah, the
Is that right?
physical purchase of the fireplace is in the electric, or is in the mechanical number.
Oh, it
So,
is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's all in. I think the KI probably needs to get approved and signed, so we can release that.
Okay.
That would be the next, probably the next
That's
logical one.
that's what I'm looking for. We want to catch everything that we can here. KI is that's the door. Got it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And where is that, did you say? Or is that in addition to what we have here?
Yep. So I'm bringing that up right now.
Okay.
So here's the info on that, dimensions and specs for the door, as well as the cost. So they have that bid, the wall and the door at $8,159.71. So I suppose I would be looking for a motion then to approve the purchase and installation of that glass wall and sliding door from KI at $8,159.71.
I so move.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, the door is approved. Okay, so is there anything else here in terms of materials, expenses that we can approve to kind of frame where we're at? Anything over $5,000 is over my signing limit and really needs board approval. And at the meeting earlier this week, the board authorized the Building and Grounds Committee to approve up to $78,000 worth of work. So if we can get it in front of the Building and Grounds Committee today, as something that would fit in as an expense over $5,000, we should probably try and do that if you've got anything else handy.
So, yeah, so the only other expense is on the budget sheet that's dated
right.
3/11.
Let me
Because
bring that
I'm
one
assuming your assumption is we want to let all the hard cost stuff out so we can get rolling.
Yep, spot on. That's what we're aiming for. Let me see here. You mean the Stroh reading room budget here?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I've
there's
got it
two-
up here.
There's two items that have SMC in front of it, the first item and the fourth item. So those are ones that we are self-performing the work. So the demolition, temporary partition, waste removal, if we need a dumpster, or if we take a dump truck, that's kind of what that costs, essentially like a general conditions. And then the other one is the actual framing of the walls and installation of the drywall. putting all the wood blocking around, building that fireplace enclosure. We'll have to do some fire taping, some coordination with that to get that sealed up properly so the village will accept it. And then it also includes, there's a sheet metal trim that gets insulated that's on the abutting the staff space on the adjacent wall, that we're putting some rigid insulation, some 22 gauge or 20 gauge brake metal on to kind of properly finish that area off and try to provide some better noise, better, reduce the sound transmission essentially. So those are the only 2 items that you guys have not
Okay.
approved on the RTA. Everything else has been.
Well, the first one's under 5,000, so we don't need to do, don't necessarily need to do anything on that. I can sign on that. So the for the SMC, for the framing, blocking, drywall, was that something that was bid out?
No, that's something we self-perform.
Okay.
So our carpenters will be doing that work.
So SMC is part of EA or a permanent contract with
SMC is
EA?
who Jason is with. They're the folks that we hired as the construction managers.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, so kind of a part to try to with this size of project, we recommend that, if we're able to self-perform a portion of the work, that it'll kind of less our soft costs, because if we put a sub out there, then we got to be, if we got ears and eyes with our carpenters, that's how we can try to reduce the soft costs for you guys.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Janie, Kathy, any questions? Is Kathy still here?
Have we already? I was
Did we
just
lose
looking on
Kathy?
that.
We lost Kathy.
Oh.
Gotta hang on a moment. We got to restore the quorum. Kathy, can you hear us? Anyways, Kathy should be back with us in a moment here. Janie, you were asking a question and I
I was
interrupted you.
just looking at a couple of the costs farther down on the spreadsheet you just had up.
Oh, yes.
That were for basically Engberg, Anderson and Jason's and SMC's fees. And I would assume we have already, I was just scanning down for things that were above $5,000 and I saw.
Yeah, those have already been approved.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Those are representing the contracts for services that we had already agreed to.
Gotcha.
And the furniture, of course, is still a work in progress, though.
Right.
It's essentially a budget at this point.
Yeah. I do have to say that the latest chair that we had out as a sample here is definitely much more comfortable than the previous 2. So.
And Eric, did you get the pictures of the furniture, the new furniture that was put in the lobby out at the senior center? I sent pictures.
I did.
Of that. Okay, good.
I don't know how well those would fit with the space, but
I think they may be too heavy. They may be too big.
I kind of thought so too, Cal.
I was sorry to see that because boy, they are nice and comfortable. But I do agree that they're a bit much for that space.
They do look like a chair to sink into.
Yeah. And stay forever.
Move in. Okay, Kathy, you with us? She said that she had to step away. Did she say she was at a hospital?
No, wait, can you hear me? I don't
We can hear you, Kathy.
Yeah.
All right, good. I'm back in. Yeah, I was at the vet with Kelsey. Where
Oh,
everything's
right.
Yeah.
I knew it was something medical.
Unfortunately, it was not a big problem at all. Yeah, the only question I have is, are there any details, even under 5,000, that we haven't covered here? It sounds pretty complete. Are there? I know we have a contingency on that, but is there any trade or anything that I have missed that would factor in over this $78,000?
At this point, no.
Okay, good.
Kathy, we lost you there for a moment. We do need to do one more vote, which is to
Sure.
have SMC do the framing, blocking, drywall, tile backer, and sheet metal trim for $11,950.
I so move.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, bid is awarded.
Perfect.
So I presume that you can send me all this, Jason, for signing, so we can get her signed and returned.
Perfect. Yeah. Did you want me to add the SMC items to the recommendation to award just for consistency's sake?
Yes.
Okay. Let me amend that, and I will send that to you with all this. I believe you have the KEI, but I'll resend everything and be listed on what exactly we need signed.
The you know, for any expenses that we approve, having the contract, you know, that we have that then signed and on file to attach to the vote that we made, that keeps our auditors happy when we talk to them at the end of the year, which keeps me happy. Happy auditors mean happy Eric.
Understood. So the only thing you would be contracting directly is for KI, and then us under our umbrella will have the rest of the contractors.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not, we're CM at risk, so we'll hold the contracts. You guys will be, you know, listed as additionally insured and all that stuff. But if you want copies of contracts, I can definitely provide that. But there's, I mean, essentially what I need from the library is the signed RTA and then the signed KEI quote, and then we're off to the races to get stuff going.
If that's how this will fit together, then yeah, send me the add in the SMC on the RTA, and I will sign that and send that back to you.
Awesome.
And then yeah, and then the KI, I'll sign that one as well and send that.
Perfect. No, I'm looking forward to it. Excited to get going, and you know, like I said, probably got a few weeks of submittals, about a month of submittals, and then we can really start going. But we're targeting that May, so I'm real excited to get going. So appreciate everyone's time this morning as well.
Fantastic. We appreciate your work.
If you could send the contracts, just so we can have those on file for record.
Yeah, that'll kind of lag a little bit. I will have it'll, once I get this RTA signed, it probably takes us a week to get the contracts back and, you know, get everything fully executed. And then, but I'll let Nicole know, and we will definitely be happy to share that with you as well. So
perfect. We got the important part done, which is the vote today, which gets everything else moving.
Awesome.
So it sounded like when we were discussing earlier that you're looking to start the project at the end of May and then finish by the end of June. Do I remember that right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's about a 4 or 5 week lead time. I got to follow up when Sean's back, and I actually talked to Sean last night. He was in Hawaii and called me at 8 o'clock at night. He's doing well, by the way, and he did offer to come to this meeting, and you know, this is more for SMC, not necessarily Engberg, but I appreciate the offer. But when he gets back in town, I will need to touch base with him on the permit too, to make sure all that stuff has been kind of in progress, and you know, it should be pretty straightforward, but permits have been taking a little bit nowadays. We have time, but.
We could have had two participants that were zooming in from beachside.
And opposite ends of the world too.
Yeah.
A couple of quick questions, if you don't mind. Eric, do you need my signature anytime before April 5th?
Not for these.
Okay.
They're board approved, which means I am authorized to sign.
Good.
Perfect. Oh, awesome.
All right. Do we have any additional questions for Jason as we get things moving here?
So,
I don't.
Okay. On that note, then we will wrap up here. I am hoping that on a side note related to the furniture, that we'll have the rest of the furniture that we discussed with LFI in here at the library shortly. We've already got the one chair and the one end table. If you haven't stopped by and taken a look and are in the area and able to do that, I encourage you to do so. The chair is much more comfortable than the ones that we had looked at previously, which is good. So I will keep everybody posted as more furniture arrives. And I expect that in a couple weeks, we'll be getting back together again to discuss the furnishings again. Other than that, any other building and grounds business that we need to discuss? Otherwise, I will look for a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn unless there's anything else.
I second. Along with another apology for being late.
We got her all done, Janie.
Yeah,
So
we did.
we're good.
Early too.
There.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Who would dare oppose an adjournment?
Yeah, right.
We are adjourned.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good
Thank
weekend.
you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.